I've got 24 hours to make millions of dollars through trading. My goal was to at least make $30 million in profits, all within a 24-hour time frame. I wanted to go from this to this. There are tons of ways you can make money in this game, but I feel that trading is the most efficient. Some people might argue that hyperchrome grinding is better, but that's only for situations where you know you're cooked and it's wrapped for you. I started this challenge at midnight and had the timer going. It is currently 12 a.m.
Let's do this.
This was a trade I was happy with. It definitely did take a while to convince this guy to make the trade. I did end up making a solid profit off of this. I was happy I managed to find this guy who wanted the icebreaker. Even though demand-wise this might be an L, because Beam Hybrid can barely pull anything, the free concept was worth it. After being in a trade with this guy for about half an hour and trying to convince him, the trade finally went through. Depending on how you look at this trade, whether you prefer cosmetics or vehicles, this is basically a $1 million win. The Goliath has a better chance of rising because it is a vehicle and has better demand. Now the thing about this trade is that all these vehicles have really mid demand, especially the Raptor. Like, after I got this thing, no one was willing to offer for it, but this did end up being a win for me. This is like a small win. I like the Parisian as an ad, so I decided to take it. I was stacking up on the small cars like the Parisian because I feel like they have a big chance of rising a lot in the future. I decided to trade another Celsior I had, this time for a Proto and 2 small cars. I basically just got a free wedge, but I'm not complaining. This was a really profitable trade. The Aperture and Parisian were set to increase in value, while the Beam struggled to get any good offers. At this point, I was close to hour 5, and I was pretty happy with where I was at. I like this trade a lot because I wasn't getting a lot of offers for Vanta, and I knew that the drip texture had a lot of demand. Also, I was trying to stack a bunch of Scorpions while its value was low. It's been close to a year the car's been out, and its value has increased to about 6 million. Even though right now this isn't the most profitable trade, I think in the future this will be a win. This was alright. If you can find the right people to trade away hyperchrome level 4s, they'd be willing to overpay. That's what I was hoping for here. Worst case, I just try to grind the level 4 to a level 5. Either way, this was still a win. The Power 1 by itself can basically pull a Beam Hybrid, but I managed to get a concept with it too, so this was a good win. Okay, this might be our first downgrade trade. Now the thing about this is that no one really knows what the brick set spoiler is, and I was mainly doing this for the Aperture and those ice tires. This trade was decent. The concept is a good filler car, and secures deals a lot of the time. No one really knows the value of Snowstorm, so its demand is really mid. A lot of these trades I'm expecting a big win in the future. The Aperture and Parisian are the two cars I expect to rise the most in value. This trade was more of an investment than anything, but it still was a win. The energized rims are $1 million, and that was the extra thing added. Taking some of these downgrades is really important because you'll have a better chance of profit in the future, depending on what car you're downgrading for. Right now, I'd strongly recommend trying to get either the Aperture or Parisian. You'll have the best chances to make money in the future. At around this time, I was over 15 hours into the challenge. My brain actually felt fried, but I knew I also just hit over $20 million in profit, so that gave me a bit of confidence. After a little break, I came back and headed to the trade hub. What I usually did when I joined a server, I checked through people's inventories to see if they have what I'm looking for. It makes the whole process a lot easier. But here's the thing, there's a dark side to jailbreak trading, keeping the rich rich and the poor poor. When a new vehicle gets added to the game, super rich players start stacking, and depending on the car, it's almost a guarantee it'll increase in value. Take the Iceborne for example. Players that aren't too experienced with trading decide to trade it off for cars like the Airtail, when they should really be keeping it if they're looking to grow their inventory. So, if you're new to the game, avoid this. Alright, this was really good. Iceborne is almost guaranteed to increase because the car itself is good and the top speed is amazing, while the JBA is a really good car and its value is dropped. I've seen people offer concept for Iceborne, so if we take that into mind, that means that we got a total of 7.5 million for 4.5 million. The last few hours were coming up. The Raptor I got from a previous trade, I flipped for Carbonaro, Wedge, Airtail, and Iceborne. This was close to a $1 million win. This was a really good downgrade. The banana core's demand is also really mid. Like, everyone you trade always tells you that they're scared they're going to struggle to trade it off. And I didn't think I could get this trade up first, but thankfully I did. I had an extra Raptor. It had been sitting in my inventory for months, and this was the first guy I saw that was actually looking for a Raptor. So I managed to make this trade. This is where things get kind of crazy. This trade was completely out of the blue. Like, I was not expecting to get this in the last hour of the challenge. I'm definitely not complaining though, because this trade alone was a $5 million profit. And if you made it this far, these are the last few bonus trades I made before the challenge ended. I really had fun making this video. Let me know in the comments if you guys enjoyed it, and if you would want to see maybe a part 2, but instead with a brand new account. I'm giving away this free Power 1 at 20,000 subscribers, so make sure to subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching.